to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche, and today is December 14th, 2023. We are at 5:30 a.m. Let's check in with meteorologist Shane Smith for a look at your forecast this morning. Shane, it's chilly, but it's sunny today, right?
Yeah, going to be a clear day, sunny skies. Going to be coming up here in about an hour and a half or so, and we have got some really nice weather heading our way today. Let's take a look at what's going on out there right now. With a look at the satellite radar picture, I promise you it's in motion, folks. We just don't have a whole lot to talk about this morning because a very strong area of high pressure keeping us nice and dry. Weather cams across the area showing clear skies and some oh-so-chilly temperatures this morning. 25 right now, Somerset, 27 Williamsburg, 22 Manchester, 27 here in the Hazard, 34 Jackson, and we are seeing 20s and 30s elsewhere across the region. Definitely want to grab that heavy jacket, though, as you head out the door. On the chilly side for sure, but this afternoon, you may be able to get away with a little bit of a lighter jacket or a hoodie. We're topping out low to mid 50s today under mostly clear skies. Going to be a pretty nice day. We're even warmer the next 2 days, and then some big changes in the forecast. We'll talk about that coming up here in just a few minutes, Madison.
Shane, thank you. A suspect in a horrific murder case in southern Kentucky was in court yesterday morning. Austin Prather is accused in the deaths of his father and grandfather and the attempted murder of his grandmother. The crimes happened in early November in the Science Hill community of Pulaski County. Prather was found in Indiana and was recently brought back to Kentucky. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what took place in the Pulaski County courtroom.
It has been 5 weeks since a crime that shocked many. A young man was accused of killing his father, his grandfather, and then trying to kill his grandmother.
I need your full name, please.
Austin Ray Prather.
Prather was recently brought back to Kentucky after he was captured in Evansville, Indiana, several days after the crimes. He's already been indicted, and he appeared in circuit court for the first time Wednesday morning.
Your Honor, discovery will be ongoing. There are several items that are still being examined. I would ask the court to set a pretrial conference 2 months out. During that time, I'll be meeting with the victim's family. We will be filing notice of statutory aggravators.
We still don't know much about the motives. Police have not released that, and neither have the attorneys. However, according to the indictment, Austin Prather, in addition to the murder and attempted murder charges, is charged with robbery in the first degree. Prather's father and grandparents are all listed as the victims of that robbery.
I just want to orally move to preserve any evidence that may exist at a lab or anything else, and he is invoking his right to not speak to any more law enforcement.
He'll be back in court in February for a pretrial hearing. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
There was no discussion of Prather's bond, which is currently listed as no bond. A southern Kentucky man is facing several charges after a police chase. It happened overnight on Tuesday in parts of Pulaski and Lincoln counties. Pulaski County deputies noticed a truck driving north on Highway 1247 in a manner that led them to believe the driver was under the influence. When a deputy tried to obtain information from the truck's license plate, Ronnie Redden took off. Deputies were eventually able to find Redden hiding behind a home off Hayes Road. In Wayne County, 2 people are behind bars for reportedly trafficking drugs. After deputies with the sheriff's office obtained a search warrant, they went to a home off Tony Dishman Road. During the search, deputies found 3 firearms, drug paraphernalia items, and a white powdery substance, among other things. Tony Dishman and Jennifer Crabtree faced several charges and were taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. Officials say more arrests are possible in this case. A Laurel County man is behind bars after police say he tried to resist arrest. The situation happened Tuesday night about 8 miles east of London. Deputies with the sheriff's office were dispatched to a complaint of Jody Lynn Rourke walking on the road, who was wanted on outstanding warrants. Deputies tried to arrest Rourke when he started scuffling with them. Rourke was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Amid the Israel-Hamas war, colleges across the country are facing an uptick in hate speech on their campuses. Some university leaders are facing heat for their handling of anti-Semitic rhetoric. Jay Blanton is the spokesperson for UK. He says following October 7th, the university did have students express concerns about their safety as they watched an increase in hate across the country. However, Blanton says there has not been an uptick in this kind of hate on campus.
We've got to be a place where we understand that even if speech is allowed, even when it is allowed and it has to be allowed, that we're going to have resources for people to turn to understand, to get awareness and education, but also support when they are hurt.
While the University of Kentucky is a place that welcomes free speech, Blanton added, violence is not welcome. Kentucky is joining the nationwide Drive Sober, Get Pulled Over campaign. The push to keep the roadways as safe as possible throughout the holidays runs from today through the new year. The state transportation cabinet says during the last 5 years, there have been 16 driving impaired related deaths during this time of year. And the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration says impaired driving related crashes tend to trend upward during the holidays.
Since the high visibility enforcement's in place, I believe that it helps decrease the number of DUIs and the impaired drivers on the roadway.
What does all of this mean for Kentucky drivers? Well, you could see police checkpoints pop up at an intersection near you. Just last month, Tunnels to Towers, a nonprofit, paid off the mortgage for the family of fallen Scott County Sheriff's Deputy Caleb Conley. Now that group is stepping up once again to cover 2 more Kentucky families whose loved one died in the line of duty. Kelsey Soto is talking to the founder and CEO about the message behind the mission.
It's a burden no one should have to bear. London police officer Logan Medlock kissed his wife and son Brantley goodbye last October and never came home. Medlock was hit and killed by a suspected drunk driver.
And we're heartbroken.
Prestonsburg police officer Jacob Chaffins answered his final call for service last July. Chaffins was gunned down in an ambush-style attack serving a warrant. The 2 were lifelong servants and left behind young families.
We're not going to let evil win out. We are going to take that. We're going to do good in the honor of my brother and all these great heroes that died on 9/11.
Frank Siller lost his brother Stephen in the 9/11 terror attacks. His family turned their pain into promises.
But in this season of hope, we want to make sure that these families are not forgotten.
Through the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, both widows, Savannah and Courtney, won't ever have to worry about a mortgage payment. They can remain in their home to raise their small children.
Because these great heroes, before they run into a fire, do you think they ask, are they black? Are they white? Are they Hispanic? Are they, Christian? Are they Jewish? Or whatever? They don't ask questions. They just run in.
Both Medlock and Chaffins were second-generation first responders. It's a sense of sacrifice that runs deep through their veins.
We got to give a sense of security and some peace back in the lives and some hope back in the lives of these kids and these widows and widowers that saw their loved ones die for us.
Now those officers can rest easy and forever in peace. In Lexington, Kelsey Soto, WKYT.
Coming up, Swifties across the nation are rejoicing after the Eras movie was released on multiple platforms.
And the forecast looking dry for a few more days before some big changes roll in for the second half of the weekend. Details after this.